real quick. I gotta show you guys this.
Sick, Mr. Ajita.
Man, another one of our newest team pilots over there in Europe, taking chances and going big. This is amazing. Inside a warehouse, just going nuts with their mates.
Peace out, rival.
Later.
This first bit, he almost biffs it earlier.
Eating concrete poles. You swear, you've got to have nerves of steel to fly this stuff. Even some of the best pilots in the world, I was hanging out with them at the Drone Nationals, and it was kind of comforting to hear them say something similar. I always come off of this stuff, and like I said, I'm shaking. The adrenaline's so intense that I'm like, oh man, I'm like, your fingers are shaking. You just got a big smile on your face. It's amazing, and it's not just me. It happens to all these dudes, even the best in the world. They're like, man, I just got done with that flight. My whole body was shaking by lap 3, and it's cool. It's humbling, but it's real for everybody, man. There's no avoiding that.
No.
You're gonna get the rush. You're gonna enjoy it.
And that's, you know, the aspect that's similar to gaming too. I mean, I know from Counter-Strike, you're in a clutch round, you know everybody's watching you, and man, those nerves kick in, and I don't care who you are, you're going to be hyped up. And, you know, for some people, it's more pleasurable than others. If you don't find pleasure in that, you know, maybe the cinematography drone is for you.
For real. I love that little bit at the end there. Let's just rewatch a tiny bit of that. Down there in the bottom left-hand corner, when you're inside a building, you're going to get what they call multipathing. Signal is going to come off the drone, bounce off the walls, and reach your receiver at different times. So it's going to look kind of gnarly like that. And then that's what it looks like when you totally smash it. But that just kind of gives you an idea of some of the quality of the video that you have to put up with.
I forgot to put up the link to our team, so I'm going to do that.
Some of our crew in Australia hanging out. Chad Nowak, big shout out to you, Chad. You're epic. Great skills out of that cat. They're all flying around our gates. We got our gates set up in the bush.
So Chad won the Drone National Championships.
He did.
Those were out in California in July, we said?
Yeah. The Aussie turned up and rocked it and just, well, he took it all. He clean swept it. Pretty epic. Very unforgiving drones. They just kind of rip up your gate right there. But these gates keep kicking. They just keep standing. There you go. That's some of the kit. That's what some of this looks like when you get a kit from us. Real basic, real easy to work with, but everything you need. We've sourced it all. You don't have to go around and figure all that out. Here's a bit of a session, Low and Fast, our team pilot down in Australia. Big shout out to you, mate. Pretty amazing skills out of this guy. He's ripping around with Ross Kirker, just phenomenal pilot. These guys went out and about for a day. This is their track, the same one you just saw Chad flying at. They're just kind of messing around, figuring it out. It's out the way. As you can see, we're not taking chances. We're not going by people's homes. We're not going by people. We are putting ourselves out of harm's way so nobody's going to get injured. And you just get to go nuts. You get to go super fast because now you can. There you go. This just gets insane. These guys are going so fast. Their skill levels, obviously they've been flying for a couple of years, but you can really do this. Everybody can do this. That's the beauty of it. We've got people of all skill level, of all physical ability that, you know, can be enabled and can take to the skies based on all this tiny technology that's relatively cheap. You can get into it for, let's just call it $1,000. You can get in for $1,000 or less, and you've got a lot of gear, you've got a lot of setup, you've got your spares, and you can just rock up at a field and go race. And then you can keep yourself in the air with just a couple of bucks. It's not going to break the bank. Of course, you can go nuts, and the sport might make you want to go nuts, but...
And just talking about kind of the, you know, staying in like good locations and being smart about what you're doing. You know, this is the type of thing that's regulated, this type of racing that we're watching right here. It's the type of thing that's low to the ground. This is the type of thing that's going to help propel drones and the sport of drone racing further. It's these idiots that are buying drones and they don't know how to use them, and they're flying over parking lots and crashing and
people, buildings, airports.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I mean, those cases are getting called out. You see them in the news, and they're really damaging the sport. They're damaging, the regulatory stuff for commercial drone use. It's really inhibiting people's ability to evolve these things. So that's just something you want to keep in mind. I mean, it's kind of like the whole gun thing. Like gun nuts who really enjoy guns and they learn how to use them responsibly and they keep them in their house or whatever. They hate people who are going out and using them irresponsibly because they're giving the entire lot a bad name. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to do it, you want to do it right. Do your research, know your local regulations, know your hardware. It's going to help you out. It's going to help everybody else out. That's so crazy to sit on the ground and watch them fly by.
The speed's just insane. Yeah, you guys look up these video channels. Look us up on the social. We link obviously to all these pilots. And they've just got amazing video. Grab a box of popcorn and just watch all the stuff that they start throwing out. It's brilliant.
You should throw up Sakil's.
This one? I fucking love this one too.
This is our Croatian sensation.
Yeah, baby. This guy's amazing. So cheeky, some of the flights. Let's just go with all the safety stuff that we just said. It's Croatia.
It's Croatia, and this guy almost snipped his buddy's balls.
They've got different laws down there. They've got different what's okay and what's not. And if your mates are okay with it, then take chances, get good video. But always be safe, be smart. Don't get hurt. Don't hurt your friends. These things will leave a mark or remove a digit if they hit you.
Yeah. When you're learning and you're tanking them all the time, you have a healthy respect for the fact that this could fall out of the air at any time. Until you hone your skills and get that elite level, you don't want to be taking any chances anywhere near any power wires, people, like everything we just said.
Do a little Google about drone, blade, and flesh wounds. And you'll see all sorts of images.
That's all it takes.
Popping up. You'll be like, oh, that's what they do. And they are, man. I mean, that's why we're trying to be here for everyone, and we're trying to share a lot of what to do and what not to do so that you don't make a rookie mistake. And all of a sudden, you've got props on your drone and you're sitting in your laboratory and it fires up and just takes off. And the next thing, you're spinning blades near you. People have done it. Some of the best, smartest people that I respect. I've seen their pictures. I've seen them do it, and it's not pretty, and it's not something that you want to experience. So be safe.
I love that he's chasing an RC car.
It's wicked. Josh FPV, man, we got to come up with one of his videos. He's got a really good one chasing a little RC car around a park.
We should take a look at that one next.
Let's do it. Let me try and line it up over here. People have done it. Some of the best, smartest people that I respect. I've seen their pictures. I've seen them do it.
Pop over to our Twitch channel in a minute too. I think I may have missed. I froze out on mine.
What are you doing to me, buddy?
Crazy Croatian sensation.
Love his work. It's great.
Yeah, he's a good pilot.
Alright, drop out of a bit of that one. Let's see what's going. You getting any of this? You getting any of this? Show off.
No, I think I'm all caught up.
Yeah, you good.
I don't know why mine's wouldn't load it. A bit of an echo.
50 pounds all weighed up, I think, is the limit. You know what, man? I think that's a good call. I do. I think they've got that differentiation between 0 to 2 pounds, where it's a lot of unregulation. Welcome to a less than 2 pound drone. And then up to the 50 pounds. I think you're spot on there.
Yeah,
man.
that sounds familiar.
Stop building when it's about a C-130 size.
So he's saying there's an echo, and it's from us playing the stream in the background. Well, we don't have any audio on it. I don't know.
Alright, well, I'm going to kill the mic. So I should have absolutely zero coming out of my speakers now. Have you got mute? Just mute.
I'm totally muted.
Mute it.
Oh, I thought it was. Shit.
Alright, let us know if that's any better. That's not going to help.
Is it better now?
Of course, I'm sharing the screen out, so it's trying to multiply it. Let me get off of that. Sorry. Back to the face.
That was like a fractal, wormhole.
It was, man.
Going down.
Yeah, that was probably the echo too. It was probably wasn't helping, at least.
Is the echo gone now?
Alright, here comes another video. Josh FPV. Dude's a monster.
Full screen that shit.
Super sick skills. Flies like a banshee. Rocked up at the Drone Nationals race, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're Josh FPV? You speed your videos up," and everybody gets accused of that. That's a really good pilot. This cat doesn't need to speed his videos up. He flies so insane. His throttle has two positions: on or on more. I don't know how he gets it even faster than he does, but his skills are insane. As you can see, he's able to keep up with his car, and for the most part, he's waiting for this dude to catch up with what he can do. It's impressive. Go Josh. Great to have you on the team, man. I'm going to have to throw down another one of his videos after this. His one that he did in the parking garage.
Yeah.
It's just off the hook.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
And you guys will, you know, those that fly, you'll respect his skills when you see this in the parking garage. Those that don't, just know that having altitude control is really difficult. So as soon as you take one of these toys into a parking garage or somewhere with a real hard limit, man, you've got to be good. I'm not even taking one into a parking garage yet. I can't be bothered to fix my drone that often.
Yeah, that shit is hard.
I'm going to try and line another one of his up over here.
But while we're talking about the Drone Nationals, that's where we actually picked up Will Surf Air. And Will's in the chat. You can see him kind of chatting there.
Yeah, Will.
He was just a cool dude that we saw. He was rocking it. Did a bunch of interviews. We saw he had good skills. He was a, kind of an engineering type. You could tell he kind of done all custom stuff for his video setup and his drone. So
amazing, self-driven, just a phenomenal little character.
yeah.
Big shout out to you, Will. Much love.
He'll be a great resource if you guys take an interest in this and you want us to help get you down the path of like building drones. Will be an awesome resource to tap into. Probably have him on the stream and hang out and talk about what we need to do. Oh, this video's nuts. This was a recent one too.
It was real recent. He starts out, I would say, I mean, for me, it's hauling. But for him, he's getting comfortable. He's feeling his way around, checking out the video signal, as I'm sure you have to. You really can't just go nuts in a new site. You always got to do that first flight around, take it easy, figure out where your black spots are if you've got any. You've really got to know what the dead spots are and where you can and can't fly in. And once you get it down, call it going Josh. Joshing it up.
Some of these gaps are so narrow. Rob Slasher 44 just ordered a Ladybird.
Ladybird, get to it, mate. Get your skills up.
I'd get a few extra batteries if I were you, bro.
Yeah. Again, multi-batteries.
Yeah, get a couple batteries. Get yourself a couple replacement parts. The good thing about the Ladybird is you can replace every piece on it. So get yourself a couple arms, a couple of the frames, and a tiny screwdriver at home will do the trick, and you can fix it.
Yep. Keep your spares kit running. Otherwise, man, you're ready to fly and you might snap something. And you can bash those Ladybirds into stuff. They will take a kicking. You can almost have a leg falling off and it'll still fly somehow. Just get a bit of gum and just push it on.
Hot glue's your best friend.
Yeah, man. Hot glue. The soldering works a bit iffy, but hey, that's kind of what it's all about. If it starts having little weird signal problems, you can jump on. If you get weird LED problems, you can jump on and ask us a question. Most of the time we'll know. Number one thing for new pilots that have never flown anything, get it out of the box, look at the way the props are put on. Draw yourself a little picture. Just find a way to remember, because one of the very early things that happens is you'll put the wrong prop on the wrong arm. They do spin in certain directions. Personally, my method of remembering it, because I've got the memory of a guppy, so I go for just one thing to remember. The front right spins left. Everything else as you go around the drone is the opposite direction. I've only got to remember that. And that's it. Front right spins left. The other one goes this way, the other one goes this way, and this way. It's easy.
I've got my own...
Oh, there he goes over that. I want to know how he does this. And he starts flipping over it too. Godlike. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, that's like the height barrier.
Freaking mad, dude.
One of the things he does a lot, that, I mean, it's really common to see like barrel roll or like front flip, back flip stuff.
Look at that speed he's
But he
holding.
does a sliding yaw all the time. It's
Yep.
just like to keep your orientation. That's yeah, that's nutty.
Yeah, those one throw me for a loop every single time. I struggle to do those at 30 feet without crashing. Look at that speed. Just... I bet he couldn't even see in that tunnel, and he's just like, nope, flip.
Yeah.
Just do a roll.
And what do we say? You will crash. It will
Oh
happen.
yeah. You're going down. If you're not flying hard enough. Here's another one coming up. I gotta watch more. I love these things. Where's my popcorn? Will Surf Air. Big shout out. This is a super recent video. Just came out yesterday. Him and Humboldt. There you go, Will. Ripping around in the fields, practicing for an upcoming race. IDRA are coming up in California. They've got a big California Cup going on.
And that's like a the giant land tournament of the FPV world. These things are popping up all over the place. Like California, there's ones coming up in Georgia. But this is a cool one, the International Drone Racing Association. And that's where these guys are going here pretty soon in Sacramento, I believe.
There you go, Will. Yo, Will, are you saying that we've got low audio issues, like are our voices kind of low? Here comes some mad skills about to rock up from Will Surf. He's just, man, this kid's crazy good. Chasing Humboldt down. You guys were just blasting around this field. All you got to do is find a spot where nobody is. Yesterday I went to burn some packs with Mr. Bonanno. We rock up to a field. There's people there. We're like, oh, we'll just go to this park. People there. Like, man, there's just people everywhere. We get to one field right by his school, and we get all of our stuff out. And like, I'm visual. I'm spotting for him. It's a nice open field. Nobody's there. He's got trees. He's got park. He's got everything. And I'm just, doing the proper thing. I'm like, nobody's around. Nobody's around. All of a sudden, some fella turns up with his little kid with his soccer cleats on. I'm like, come on. And then like 5 cars just go, pfft. I'm like, yo, land. Let's get this thing out of here. And that was it. We had to boost. We had to get out. But
It does happen.
it happens, man. Find some wasteland. When it goes down, you've got to be the only one crying about it. Don't make anybody else have that problem.
Anyone drone race in the Virginia area? Yeah, man, like I said, this is a grassroots thing. It's popping up everywhere. So if you go to your meetup.com,
Virginia.
you go to multigp.com, you go to all these different websites, you're going to find local meetups where dudes are just doing casual stuff. You're going to find local meetups where they're actually racing and kind of getting their race on. So
Let me try and hook this up. Find Chases. We got a guy right out there in Virginia, another
yeah,
team
one of our
pilot.
team pilots is out there.
Chase of Virginia. Guy's amazing. Huge resource. Been in the sport so long. Knows so much, probably more than me. What's up, Chase? Mad respect goes out to you, sir. Let me try and find him. I'll shoot you a link. Ouch.
He stayed up. Yeah, there you go. Just chat.
Bam. There you go. That's Chase's YouTube channel. There's ways to get a hold of him. If reach out to us, we can relay some messages. And like Dave said, meetups.com, everybody's doing a bit of that.
So this is the exact one I was going to tell you to play.
Yeah, Humboldt, pretty much that same race, but
Yeah.
it's from the other drone's perspective.
Well, I think
and-
this is a different setup from these guys because they had a gate in the middle where it's
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they mixed it up, didn't they? Time to skip. Move along, move along. Oh, yeah. Breaking out the madness. There's a cool crew out there, man. These West Coast guys, they keep getting together and just driving each other to go faster and better. I love this elevated gate.
I'm still trying to figure out how the hell you guys did that, Will. It looks like part of a pop-up tent
Right.
and then part of a gate.
He should change his name to MacGyver. MacGyver Will! It is a pop-up tent. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
You just went under it. It's totally
It's
a
got the
pop-up tent.
little like triangles.
Yeah. Our man MacGyver. I love the wreck. Will hits a gate towards the end and just spins out.
I know, Will, you've been doing a lot of like the freestyle stuff too. Did you start out doing more of that, I'm assuming, and then kind of get into the racing, or were you always kind of doing the racing first? I think I told you guys, your skills are evolving quick, man.
Yeah. Here comes another link. rcgroups.com, for those of you that are new that don't know, it's one of the real big forums. Oh, there it is. Oh, douche! It just gets wiped out. I love it. So yeah, here comes a link to RC Groups. We've got a main channel, a main thread up there. Real active. We got this competition to become a team pilot, and that's a lot of the place. It's a really strong place where we've got a lot of our pilots from. We've had some really strong entries, and you know, some amazing people come through our process, and mad respect and thanks to everybody that entered that. It was fantastic working with you all. But yeah, check that link out. It's got all of our team pilots on there. It's got a load of details about our kit. And it's definitely going to be a real good place for you to be able to start figuring out who we are and what we do.
It's a good place to learn.
Yeah.
There's also a subreddit that I'll link in the chat. It's FPV Racing. So you can go in there. There's some other good subreddits that just have tons and tons of knowledge for anybody at any skill level, for sure.
You're never too young to get into this. Big shout out to Tanner, Georgia FPV. He's another one of our team pilots. We got him a kit, and I mean, I'm not even going to count it in days. Hours later, he just ripped this build out and just put it together, and it's amazing. Can't wait to see some of the flying coming out of you. Back to school from Josh. So good. Ripping around an old abandoned school.
You're showing everybody your friends list.
Oh, yeah.
You have a lot of friends.
I do. Check out my friends.
Popular guy.
They're all online. Okay, fine. Let me fix that. Bye-bye.
That's a cool one, too. You could show them you guys rocked it.
This here?
Yeah.
So, the end of Drone Nationals in Cali. You know, everybody wants to keep racing, burn up some packs, and we just turn up at the K1 Indoor Speed out in Sacramento, and
just like a go-kart indoor place.
Yep. Big go-kart racing, and the next thing you know, you've got a whole bunch of the world's best ripping around an indoor go-kart track. Come on, give us some HT there. Not having any of that. Now these guys aren't really, you know, falling, as one would say, but they're putting some good fast times down. Mr. Steele came and put down like a 21-second lap. Fastest the go-kart could go around there was like 26, 27, so he was crushing their times. A lot of fun.
Interesting too, they didn't get the, what is it, multipathing?
Yeah, there was multipathing going on. Not as bad as you and I experienced out at that great big indoor soccer stadium. That was kind of nuts. Love some of this work. It's so addicting. I could just watch videos forever. Some of the gaps that you punch on this video, man. What are you thinking? This is ridiculous. Trying to hit these tiny little squares. I'll be looking at that going, oh, that's a nice little hole of light. It just punches through it. Just keep going, man.
Jesus.
Take no prisoners right there, right? This is the kind of cool spot, right? You want to go fly at. Just nobody around, no risk.
Yeah, it's a cool location.
Yeah, get some sweet video. I bet his signal got pretty gnarly when he starts ripping through here and popping out the other side. You got to hold your line, man. Pick it and go.
Is this Andrew P6? Who is this?
Actually, I think this is Roman. Yeah, I think this is our
This is our open pilot.
Estonian wizard, yeah. Mr. Egita. I'm gonna butcher all of their names so bad.
Yeah, I don't know how to say half of the names of our team pilots. We got Croatia, Estonia,
Wizard
Spain,
1, Wizard 2, Amazing 3.
Spaniard, Croatian Sensation.
Yep. I can't wait to see what Ricardo does with our drone, man. This guy's epic. He's amazing. He used to be a bit of an extreme sports fanatic like the rest of us, and you know, just suffered an accident, and now has limitations with his physical abilities. He's got himself in a wheelchair, and he is loving the freedom of flight, and we just couldn't be happier to be part of his life and his experience and support him doing what he does, and obviously puts a smile on his face. It's amazing. It's amazing to be part of it. So big shout out to you, Ricardo. Lots of love. These videos are sick, man. So good. Alright, Dave.
Yeah, that's some good shit. I wish we had places that remote around here. I mean, there are.
Aren't there? Around here, aren't there old, like, missile silos? I've heard that out east there's some missile silos. We've got to go check one of those out. It's got to be just solid concrete, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to get as much multipathing because there's not going to be a lot of steel. At least I hope. But bloody missile silo?
There's got to be something. I know there's a lot of good, like, old mining towns that are abandoned and stuff.
Is this crashing over here? Guess we'll see. Oops.
So do any of you guys that are watching know the deal with Twitch right now with like audio on YouTube videos? I mean, obviously if it's not copyright protected, what do they like mute your VOD? I think there's something like that.
Yeah, that's why we're not throwing any audio up. I'd rather not lose all of the audio on any VOD reproduction.
But I'm assuming there's no problem showing other people's videos and stuff though. Like our team pilots, obviously, I don't care, but
We're gonna find out.
we're definitely gonna find out.
Alright, let's jump out of that one.